Hello YouTube, this is Mongamer and welcome to another ranking video. I just enjoy making these a lot more for some reason these days. I don't know about you. I enjoy them. Okay, editing them usually I can be a bit slow. Mostly because I'm just dumb and don't really care and I have no motivation to really do many videos anyway. Yeah. Anyway, so today, instead of ranking JoJo, since we've been doing that twice now, we've done 2 rankings, at least 4 odd, JoJo lists. So, why no other content ranking thing to do with something else? Well, today I'm changing that. I'm doing the top 30 RE songs. Now I will be doing as well worst to firsts for each and every year, and I'll have to wait till the end of this year to do this year's. So worst to first of 2020. I already know probably what's going to be at the bottom of the list, but I definitely can go through each year, and I think maybe season 1, season 2 I might merge together, because I do know that there wasn't that many in 2011 compared to any other year, so yeah, we're going to have to work with what we have at the moment. And I'm hoping that this year there isn't any other amazing, beautiful musicals that I would put on the top 10 list here, because I worked probably, it took me a lot of time to figure out where my top 30 would actually be. Like, the top 10 were pretty easy, but then after the top 10 it gets really awkward. So of course I'm gonna start with 30 and then go down. I'm not doing any honorable mentions today, sorry. I just wasn't motivated enough to make any more than 30. I mean, last year, yeah, it was last year, early February, if I recall. Yeah, early February, I did top 20 RE musicals with 5 other musicals as honourable mentions. But the list has changed drastically since. So I'm gonna follow the same rules as last year, in which I was not allowed to, on Supercut musicals, do any more than 2 of those musicals. And I'm gonna count Baldi for this one, since of course Baldi's Big Zoo, Baldi's Field Trip and Baldi's Basics all exist. So there's kind of 3 musicals. Yet, okay, I can see your point. Sonic, yeah, there's more than one Sonic there's way more than 5 Sonic musicals, but anything from the actual Sonic trailer thing, like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer musical thing, anything from that, I'm only allowed to choose 2, which I did, and I didn't need to put many others. But stuff like Phoenix Wright did take a lot. Like, I had to definitely think, where does everything go? So, anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna move straight into this list, and yeah, top 30 RE musicals, woo! At number 30 we have Yandere Simulator Musical, Senpai Notice Me. I'm putting at the bottom, I have fond memories of, but it's more of the fond memories I wish I didn't have. Because, if you don't know, I joined RE back in 2013. Back in the Eevee song. And basically, Yandere Simulator, around that time, I left because I didn't know what the heck Yandere Simulator was. It was murderous, and it was like, for younger me, that was a lot to go through. So, yeah. So, Yandere Simulator, it's at the top. I wouldn't sing it like all the time. It's that one off. I mean, I've put it in playlists, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, 30 is Yandere Simulator, something okay to kick off the list, I guess. Next up is Papers, Please. I'm gonna say this about the last one. The last one was really hard to put on the list because I knew I wanted it on the list, but it was hard to find where it would go. And this was one of the spots it was going to take, but then I realised Papers, Please was way better than Yandere Simulator, hands down. So, Papers, Please, I love Peter in it. Peter just works. A more deep and deep, Stockton accent. Yes. Now, I definitely have done a cover of this before, but I definitely will be doing another one because it's just so fun to actually make a cover of. So, definitely one of my favourites to cover. At one point I thought everyone was nearly the same, so I thought like AJ was actually the third person trying to get in, which was the man pretending to be the woman. I actually thought it was AJ at one point. Same with I've forgotten the name of it now. Whatever the rebellion guy was, I thought it was him as well, but that probably was someone else. I can't remember, but yeah, pretty decent musical, pretty nice. I just can't wait till they release the instrumental, in which then I will be so happy, because then of course I'll be able to do a better cover of it instead of using the piano versions. Another one, like as I said last year, I put the rules that Blood and Tears, Ground Zero, and now Web of Lies, and Do the Jump Scare don't count as FNAF the musical supercut songs. So, of course, since they're separate songs, I could put them in a list wherever I wanted. And Blood and Tears takes this spot. Blood and Tears, I think, now knowing that Sparrow hated FNAF, I found that funnier. That even though, you know, and she wasn't going to be originally cast for this, mostly because she hated FNAF. But then it came round to doing it, and they realised Sparrow might actually be the best play baby. And I think it's a good choice, actually. There was that or Gwen. And to be honest, not being harsh here, but Sparrow did a better job than I would have thought Gwen would. I mean, Gwen would probably do amazing, but like, Sparrow just worked. The voice was on point to what and like even when I go through like playing Blood and Tears, not Blood and Tears, what am I talking about? When I play Sister Location, I definitely think of Baby as having this mindset that was shown in the musical, which, I mean, yeah, okay, but like, I could imagine Baby doing that properly in game to what she did in the musical, if you get what I mean. Next up is something new to the list, because I know last year I did put Blood and Tears on, I think, I can't remember now, I'm trying to remember, and Papers, Please, I definitely remember those, but Arms of a Fighter, this one is different because how I like the musical affected how I like the game. I had never played ARMS prior to this year, actually. I actually did play the free demo thing that you got, and I loved it. And then I went to check the musical again, and I put it in a playlist instantly because it is just so nice. It's motivating. Yeah, would you say that? Yeah, I think it's motivating. It's just amazing. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Just amazing. Amazing. I mean, it's better than Blood and Tears, in my opinion, and it also reminds me of If I Was an Inkling. I mean, both of them were Switch-based games, and in the actual thing, you have Nate playing that said game. So If I Was an Inkling, it wasn't Splatoon, even though we haven't actually had an official Splatoon musical, which I'm very surprised about, actually. In If I Was an Inkling, Nate was playing Smash Bros. Then AJ and Gwen went and became Inklings. Then in this, Nate was playing Arms, and AJ went to be Springman. Same. Literally, when you actually realise it, it's the same. So, yeah. So, Arms of a Fighter, amazing musical. But it definitely wouldn't have been on this list if I hadn't have played the Arms demo. So, you know, Nintendo's got their ways of making me enjoy musicals from RE more than I did previously. Next is Sonic Boom, something I only recently got into a lot more. I watched it a couple of times for laughs, like to myself, just like, yeah, that's good, yeah. Ages ago, but then when I recently put it on playlists and everything, because everything's affected when it gets into a playlist, and Sonic Boom I found more hilarious. I enjoy trying to do every voice, although Amy's can be a bit, I'm terrible at an Amy. Well, I've been terrible with any female voice in the past ever for RE musicals. I'm terrible when it comes to stuff like Kindergarten. It's just annoying. So, and in Kindergarten, it's AJ. AJ is even the Whammons, and I still can't do it. I think it's my deep voice, but still, Sonic Boom, absolutely amazing. Nate, still, he's always the best Eggman. Like, other than you, Nate, that's probably his best roles. Yes, I made a urinate jokes. He's gone as well. Not really. Well, I do care, but hashtag we want urinate back, please, end my suffering. Anyway, Sonic Boom, yeah. I just said everything, and I don't know what else to say. Next up is probably the biggest musical they have, Baldi's Basics. Baldi's Basics. Baldi's Basics. I mean, what's not to love? They didn't do a teaser on this, and when I found out there was a musical, I think it was in June 2018, if I recall. Anyway, Baldi's Basics. It's fun, it's catchy. It's just crazy, and it's got that RE vibes I love. You take this probably like mentally insane, demonic horror game, and you still make it fun and lovable. That's how we do it. Gwen was amazing as playtime. I didn't even recognise it was Gwen at first. I mean, the curly hair is just something you don't see on Gwen every day. So when you know, after a while you get used to it, but I did not recognise it was Gwen. So, there was that. Also, I can't remember who played him, but whoever played the principal, I just love it. The voice was on point. I love the principal myself. No running in the hole. Detention fee. I think I can't do it anymore, actually. I used to be able to do the voice really well, but I can't do it anymore. I've always wanted to make a cover to Baldi's Basics musical, but I've never been able to. Generally, I've never been able to. I don't know why. I've just never wanted to. I think it's probably playtime scaring me, because I am not wanting to do that voice anytime soon. But it's just a lovable song, and it's the most popular RE song to date. And I don't think it's going to be beaten anytime soon either. There is other songs now with the 100 Million Squad. I think it was 100 million, if I recall. That being Granny and Hello Neighbor. I don't know if there was any others. But, yeah! Baldi's Basics, not much else that needs to be said. Next up is one that has a funny story to it, and why I like it a bit more than I did. And this is Navi's song. So, Navi's song, or Navy, I think it's Navi. It's Navi, yeah. Navi, Katie, best voice ever. Ari made it. So not only is the Navi more annoying than it already was, but Katie's voice was more annoying than it already was. I could just imagine Katie just going to a barbecue or just a normal party and just singing a song or just annoying every single person with these watch out for this, watch out for that. It's perfect. The animation, I mean, people have go at Cuphead, but then later on that year, the Navi song existed, and it's so underrated. In my opinion, it's so underrated because the animation is perfect. Then there's the lyrics. It's fast-paced. It's so catchy nowadays. Hilarious. And I will say, it was funny when If I Was an Inkling came out, and then only a couple days later, this song came on any musical, like anywhere you could get music, so Apple Music, Spotify, etc. And everyone was going a bit like, what? What's this song? Is this just an extra song? Then we found out later that month that it was actually, like, this was 2 weeks later. We found it was an actual musical, the official RE November musical for 2018. And it was confusing, to say the least. I was a bit like, what's this song? I listened to it about twice before the official release. And I don't know, it probably was just a weird issue on RE's side. Okay. I mean, it's still an amazing song. I have tried to sing it. It's too fast paced. It's like Keep Talking and nobody, keep talking. That one is so fast paced I can't even get the lyrics right, so Next up is the first 2020 musical. What am I doing with my life? Anyway, so Nana Knows the Ending, the Mr. Hop song. Whoa! I mean, this song was way better than I expected it. I had never played the Mr. Hop, and I did watch a lot of it actually after, and dang, the whole musical was scary, and also the beard was the hardest to find than I'd ever thought. Okay, Granny 2 gets points. Granny 2 gets the points for having probably the hardest beard to find out of any musical, in my opinion. But Nana Knows the Ending was still a difficult task to find the beard. It was in the collection of toys. You had to turn your if you were using phone, you had to brighten up the image a lot just to see it. The whole musical was so dark, and then just the music fits perfectly. The beginning with like the repetitive Mr. Hop never stops chasing you until you drop. That is perfect. And then later showing that basically the main character is crazy. The main character is literally crazy because all she's doing is playing with this stuffed toy, but what we're seeing is what's going on in her mind. Dang. And then the ending, being based upon the game. I didn't even know this, right? The actual ending was based on one of the game's endings, which, perfect, amazing, spectacular. Any other word that says anything great about this musical, because it's great, amazing, yeah. Mr. Hop's song definitely intrigued me. I was actually able to get PNA Gaming to react to it, and he enjoyed that. He thought it was better than he expected. You know, it's that good. It's something that you don't expect to be as good, but then it's really dark, creepy, like musicals have been recently, but still works, and I like that. Next up is one that's different to last year. Definitely, since my top 20 list last year, I put Baldi's Field Trip in the honourable mentions, and then Baldi's Basics further ahead from it. This year I've actually changed out, and at number 22, we have Baldi's Field Trip, above Baldi's Basics by 3. Yeah, 3 points, yeah. I'm trying to think now for a second. It works more than I thought it would. I listened to it a lot more. I noticed some of the nice references to the first musical, even a little jingle, which I didn't even notice, by the way. When I first watched the musical, I didn't notice a little jingle of, welcome to Baldi's Basics. There was a jingle. And I'm gonna play it.
Welcome to Baldi's Basics!
Yeah. I was so surprised when I actually listened to it properly, like, on, headphones and everything, and on Amazon Music. I listened to it properly, and I like it a lot more. Way more than I expected I should. And I definitely can imagine this as more of a rock, like, piece of rock music, surprisingly. I definitely can see that, and I would, if I could actually learn instruments and learn actually to have enough motivation in life, then I probably would have made it into an actual piece of rock. Definitely. It's so fun, and the idea of taking the game that, Baldi's Field Trip, of which, by the way, only included 3 characters in the end. You, Baldi, and Cloudy Copter. Can't speak today. Cloudy Copter. But then they just throw in everybody else, and even have a nice 4-4 breaking from the principal, which I liked. Because no one's allowed to break the 4th wall, it's just not allowed. Sorry, Deadpool, you're not allowed to break the 4th wall. And I will say, it's so nice to actually listen to it slowly, and actually take in what's actually been put out, what's been served to you. Some people might look at it and think, oh, it's another Baldi's Basics song. And then there was Baldi's Big Zoo, which, to be honest, at that point, I felt Ari was milking it. Sorry, it just came to that opinion. Like, you could have left it off at Baldi saying, let's go to the zoo next, and never make Baldi's Big Zoo. I probably would have done that, but they did it, and at that point I felt it was getting milked, was the whole Baldi's Basics trilogy, basically. If they make a supercut and add maybe a new song, I don't mind. That's something I'd actually like, to be honest. No kidding, I would actually enjoy that. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's been over a year since the last Baldi's Basics musical, being Baldi's Big Zoo. And yeah. Next is probably the last 2020 song you're going to hear on this list, Goose, or Goose on Holiday. It's Goose. what more should I say than it's a Goose song? I mean, it's perfect. Adriana, amazing for a Goose. Gwen, is that supposed to be a British accent? I can't tell. Because whatever it is, it's not nice. And sometimes I kind of get scared at it. And I'm supposed to be British myself. That's not working. It sounds like something you hear in the southern side of things. And I like it still. It's definitely a lot nicer than it's lived up to its expectations. And definitely the hype. It's weird to think that we got Cooking Mama musical instead of this, and then the next month we finally got this. It's just weird to think about that, but that's what happened. And I'm gonna say, Goose song, it's got some devilish things in it, you know. It's just perfect. And I actually have been trying to practice singing it. It's not going well, but I like it. It's definitely got that catchy melody, which I enjoy. It's definitely, you can kind of get, like, some like more tedious siblings maybe could relate to the Goose in this musical. Just like, I will take whatever they've got. Yeah. Next up, we're finally out of the 30, well, we're just at the 20 now. Legendary Heroes. If you want to know, this was another spot where Yandere Simulator was gonna go. But I couldn't think of any other musical that I liked less than Yandere Simulator. But guess what? Yandere Simulator was gonna go here as well. Oh god. So, Legendary Heroes, the Deltarune musical. This was when, like, my reactions started getting a bit more popular. I started getting into a bit more mashups. I remember Linker2 doing the first one about this on. I remember me being in that. I remember my shocked face when I found out that they allowed swearing in this musical, but of course censoring it out. When I realised this, I had, by the way, not played Deltarune much. I hadn't even played it at all, to be honest, so I didn't even know Susie actually swore in the game. So seeing that in an RE musical, it shocked me. I had no... It was just weird thinking, oh yeah, did you know Susie swears in an RE musical, of which, by the way, RE is supposed to be a more family-friendly channel. Dang. I still love the musical. To this day, it's just amazing. All the different harmonies used as well near the end, perfect. The surprise ending with the Ooh crew, which, by the way, I would join. 10 out of 10 crew, definitely worth joining. The Ooh crew musical coming 2022. It just, I don't know, it's so good. Sometimes I just let my mind just go, yep, that definitely works. Definitely better than those musicals. Definitely worse than that musical though. That's how I usually make these lists. And this just works in every way possible. Then there's Oreo, which Oreo is probably one of the better guests RE have ever had, in my opinion. Starting off as Monica, which, by the way, perfect role, I will say that later, but Legendary Heroes definitely works with its cast of characters, and Nate as Lancer, best Lancer I've ever heard, definitely. Finally, at 19, we're not halfway through this list, haha, we are at If I Was an Inkling. When I first heard this, it came out on a Wednesday or something. I can't remember which day it came out. And this was the first one I did a reaction to, if I recall. I cannot remember. I don't know if I did it to the October musical. Probably not. Anyway, so if I was an inkling, definitely catchy. I know it's supposed to be an advertisement sort of musical again, but it works as a musical by itself. A Smash Bros musical mixed with a Splatoon musical definitely fills two boxes of which people were waiting for. I mean, if there wasn't another Smash Bros musical, I would have been, you know, I might prefer that. I don't know. I mean, they have made references to Super Smash Bros. A good load of times by now. They've done it in Navi's song, and they did it in Super Mario Bros. Song. And then of course they did a lot of references to cast of characters in this one. And it's so good. Definitely catchy. It's not fast paced. It definitely works as a duet song. And again, it follows that nice idea of, yes, the game exists in our world, but then said person, AJ, and then this one and Gwen, both go and become said character. And let's just be honest, even though it's not in the music itself, but in the actual musical video, the Waluigi joke. The Waluigi joke, though. The Waluigi joke. I love any Super Smash Bros. Waluigi joke. And they did this in Super Smash, not Super Smash, Super Mario Bros. Musical. They did, in the bloopers, they gave a ticket to the Smash letter to Waluigi in the bloopers, and then just took it back and said, oh no, that's just for Joker. And that was perfect. I loved it. So, yeah. Coming up at 18, it's Real Manly Man. A man from space, I think. It's Samus, the Spaceman Cowboy. It's just so fun-loving. A lot of people, I feel like this musical is underrated. Samus the Spaceman Cowboy. What was more to love? It's supposed to be a joke, but Samus looks like a male, and so it could be really confusing. And then just going through the whole Samus story, making it give more male references, like balls and screws, is perfect. I love this song ever since I first heard it. The animation, it's classic RE animation, but it works. It definitely works more than it should. And I'm kind of scared. I mean, if you still did songs like this in that sort of way, then it probably still would have been fine. Then whoever sang it, kudos to you. You made this even better. And the actual instrumental, oh my goodness, it's so nice, so beautiful. I don't know what's more to love. Everything about this musical is amazing. I was not speaking gibberish to give the next spot to K-Rap, or K-Rap, or Chai-Rap. I don't know how you say it, because I'm not much of a Sonic fan. But this song from the Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer musical thing was perfect. It was absolutely amazing. It's so stupid, so random encounters, and it just works in every way. Like, this is supposed, and Adriana, best person for the job, and then you just have Katie being all innocent in this, and it just makes it even better. Like, oh yeah, you should go and get a tattoo, and then go on a motorbike, you know, and then you can go and roast, you know, Eggman's mother. That's what I see. Like, cheese? Is it cheese? Yeah, cheese. Like, that's what I can see cheese properly saying in human English. It's just so good. I love it. I'm sorry. It's so good. Oh. Now we have the first FNAF Supercut musical Nightfall. If Random Encounters started the FNAF musicals, you know, before FNAF 3, let's say, you know, FNAF 2 might have just been out. They just did Night 3, let's say. Of course, they've not been able to base it on FNAF Night 3. And then you've got FNAF Night 4. This musical wouldn't have been as good because they probably wouldn't have a good idea on what to to base it on. The whole, like, you know, these cute little puppets, like little mini animatronics, like, hey, we just need to, we need your help, please, Mark. And then Mark's like scared to death. After his Night 2, you know, he's brave in Night 2. You know, Night 1 he was scared. Night 2 he was brave. And then Night 4 was back to being scared, and it just works. And I don't know what more to love. It's just whoa. Dang, it just works. And Nate in this musical, much better. Much better than Night 3 in my opinion. I interrupt this video to tell you that I am stopping. No, I'm stopping this video here. It's getting way too long. I recorded this a bit ago, like a good while ago. And now it's just coming to that point where it's just, yeah, it's getting a bit tiring. So, you know, with all this editing I'm doing, I don't want to carry on and make this video way too long for you guys. So, next time I'll do everything from 15 all the way to number 1. Because, yeah, I think it will be easier because otherwise this video might be an hour long. And I don't really want that because a lot of you guys probably won't view videos that are an hour long compared to a video that's 5 minutes long, or a video that's 20 minutes long, stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Tomorrow, I think, maybe. Goodbye. You want memes? We got them. Oh, you into cursed images? We got you, baby. You want better video notifications? We got it all. This server is still relevant, gosh dang it!